I swear I missed the Saturday chill, but now I'm grown, gotta pay bills. I used to play in late stationary, now it's hard to stay still. Using all my time to climb the A-mill. Lucky Charms was my 8 a.m. meal. On cinnamon toast, honey nut smacks and Cheerios was filling my bowl. Eyes glued to the telly, it was Ed and Eddie. But can you lower your voice, cause I'm missing my show.
Look, waking up to some homemade food. Yu-Gi-Oh! At 11, Beyblade at noon. Hit the Mario Kart when I had GameCube. Got me feeling like a chemist by the time it was 2. Mix up the cereal, textures are critical. For its taste to be right at its pinnacle. Watching Hey Arno and Dragon Ball Z. Watch me shine with my pebbles fruity. Nah, man.
Yeah, we made ya.
Yeah, let's get it right.
Ooh, what's up, everybody? It's your man, Random Man. It's Saturday, which means it's time for Saturday morning cartoons and cereal. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You know, Logic?
Yeah.
There are great topics this year. This year, we picked some really great topics.
That we did.
But one of those topics, I thought it'd be kind of hard because it's a decade from 2000 to 2010.
But we were outside.
We were outside.
Remember, we were outside.
But here's the thing. That era has some of the best cartoons.
Yes, definitely. Hands down.
If you put those cartoons up against the 90s era cartoons, of course the 90s era cartoons are going to be great.
No, there's a few good ones. There's a few ones that didn't hold up.
This has a lot. I didn't know, like, you probably got some that I don't have. It's going to be real fun. And speaking of the person I'm talking to, I mean, if we're going to talk about someone, then we got to talk about the sensational songstress from the great city of New York. She is not just a killer singer, but she kills it on the songwriting too. Her videos are some of the most visual, tempting videos you've ever seen. And not to mention, when you say teams, there's no better team than Team Noelle K.
Yes!
So, without further ado, I give you the sensational songstress herself, Noelle K.
Hey.
Let me hear it. Yeah.
Hey, team.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. You know, I've only had Cinnamon Toast Crunch once in my life.
Only once?
One time. I'm such a picky sweets eater. I'm not into sweets like that. So
Okay.
I have very specific cereals I eat.
So, question. Just a question.
No.
Do you have cereal with you today?
Nope.
Okay. So we don't have any cereal for her.
Yep.
So we bought enough. We got enough cereal. Yeah, we
got
enough
cereal. We cerealed out.
We got snacks.
I feel that. I would have had it, but I actually can't eat cereal right now.
Okay. We'll take that.
But my usual would have Fruity Pebbles right here, Frosted Flakes right here. And I also moved. So right now the groceries are limited.
A lot of people probably forgot that this cartoon came out during this era, but it did. And it is one of my favorite cartoons that is getting a reboot soon. The Proud Family.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't talk about the Proud Family
from the theme song to the lessons to the characters. Yo, there is nothing like Sugar Mama's crush
Nothing.
laugh. Poppy's laugh is mad funny. Like, that's just the laugh that gets you going.
Oh my goodness.
I just love everything about the show. Like, Tommy Davidson is just a super, super dope. Like,
a lot of people, I would
sleep
say
on
this.
him, and he's been a part of so many great productions behind the scenes. And you really have to do your homework on your Black actors, on your like your like true culture of like entertainment with those things like that, knowing how.
I always say that if you want to know who's behind some of your greatest characters, 9 out of 10 it's a Black voice actor.
For sure. Hands down.
You know, one of our favorites, Cree Summers. Cree Summers is behind the voices of so many people
that you wouldn't even know. But Tommy Davidson's voice is very distinct.
Tommy Davidson.
Yeah.
She just turned 50 yesterday. Regina King.
Yeah.
Before I segue into Regina King, let's get into some questions because I've done my research. And while I was doing said research, I stumbled upon some of your past interviews. There was a past interview where you said that you are actually very timid and super shy with friends and family, especially when they try to get you to sing. So my question to you is, for someone who's super shy and very timid, how do you manage the tug of war of wanting to be, you know, you want your privacy,
right?
Also are seeking this entity of stardom.
Yes.
It's a weird balance. How do you balance that tug of war?
Well, to be honest with you, I actually just spoke about this the other day with my mom, and I blame my parents. I'm just giving them all the credit for this one. And it's something that is bittersweet. I mean, to hear when your parents hear you now older telling you certain things. My father, rest in peace to my dad. He's no longer here, so I couldn't have the conversation with him. But I was telling my mom, I'm like, you guys put me in an uncomfortable space from a very young age. My first time singing in front of a bunch of people was 7 years old. So imagine at 7, most of us don't in a home, don't really have their own mind to think and make decisions for themselves. Your parents do at 7. You're just out in the world, you're a kid. So my one of my favorite teachers, she overheard me singing in class, and she was like, "You're in the play. You're gonna sing Wind Beneath My Wings for this show." And you go home and tell your parents, and your parents say, "Here's the words, here's the music," and learn how to sing the song. So I was put on stage at such a young age to where I didn't have a choice but to get the show done.
Right.
So I never realized that was an uncomfortable space for me until I got older. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't until I was like, yo, wait, why am I freezing up in front of my family or in these intimate spaces with my loved ones, but for hundreds and thousands of people, I can just blow. Right. And that's when it hit me, just learning about myself as a woman, learning about certain things that make me have these feelings, what it was. And it was because I was being put in an uncomfortable space and being challenged to just do it.
Putting the fire under something and then taking the fire out. Mm. So when you're ready, you're hot, turns on real quick, but then you have to find a way to maneuver your mind to say, okay, this is not a situation where I need to be ready. This is an intimate family situation.
Right. And I'm like, what's up? But it did show me a lot because I remember a family event, my cousin, she's always been kind of plugged in the industry, knowing, certain people. We were at a table, just eating with the fam. She pulls up and she had a person with her. I'm like, who's your friend? She was like, sing. I was like, no, the rules. Y'all know, we family. We had a function. No. And she pulled me to the side and she said, that was the producer. And that moment, also was like, well, damn, if you're uncomfortable, it doesn't even matter at this point anymore. You're so far into it.
Right.
This being a part of your life, you can't turn back. You can't decipher between the two, because sometimes your family are the people you're auditioning because of that too. That was a turning point for my life, always to just be ready on the spot. No matter who asks you, just do it. But now, you know, moments when I know who you are, I know who you're around, I know this ain't an audition. Right. I ain't singing for you.
I ain't singing for y'all. I ain't singing for y'all. You ain't straight. You ain't low. I see you.
You ain't low, and you can't have it all.
On this list is the Boondocks.
Yes. Yes.
And you know what? I caught on to that show late. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. I was a sheltered kid. My parents was not with that, oh, yeah, you watching Adult Swim, psych. Turn that TV off and go to bed. It ain't for you. Parental controls, like on the computer, on the phone. So they was cursing and carrying on with the Boondocks. So they was like, you're not watching that. So I've missed seasons on seasons. I have to definitely binge watch that show.
Regina King.
Killed it.
Excellent. Super.
Killed it.
Grandpa
killed it.
The late great. John Witherspoon.
Pops, as we know him.
There's just so much. That show has done so much. We can
just do a whole episode.
We can do a whole episode on just the Boondocks.
For real.
My favorite episode is still the episode where Riley is talking to the candy man.
Yes.
Like, I'm not gonna say it word for word because we try to get sponsors. He's like, for the kids. Forget your bells. You can't ringing in on. It was going. Another great show during this lovely era, which I started watching late, was the Fairly Oddparents.
That is my show.
I started watching that very late. I was.
Cosmo and Wanda. I give it to them. I always listen because of them and Whitney Houston. We're not gonna leave her out, but that ain't cartoons. Because of them, I always wanted a fairy godmother. Hands down.
I love it.
Give me my wishes right now.
I love it. Speaking of people who have inspired things, Whitney Houston being someone that has a dynamic voice, I would say that you have a dynamic singing voice as well. Growing up in the Bronx with such a dynamic singing voice must have been crazy. BX. So, who are some of your favorite dynamic voices you listened to while growing up in the Bronx?
Well, I'll give you my faves. I will say Toni Braxton, hands down, from her like heavy low range to her like really like she could go places. I would even say Brandy. Her ad libs, like her range of riffs and things like that, give me like, she's definitely an alto singer. She kind of stays there, but I want to say like her life comes out when she's like giving you the sass and the frass on the ends and the tips. I mean, that's my inspiration, hands down. Okay. She's like top 2 for me. Patty. I got to give it to Patty because Patty's going to take you from low to high. She's going to send you out real quick. She's going to send you home with it too. I'll give. And then, that's hard. Like, I really have a tough time giving like my favorites because I'm inspired by so many people. I take so many pockets and so many eras of music and combine.
I like those 3
together. But those 3 I could lock in.
You said Patty, and it brought something into me. It brought a life of air into me. I felt lifted. Segue. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Probably one of my favorite shows, hands down. Probably the best written show on here.
Okay.
And this is going up against some heavy hitters.
That is. And that's definitely more on the new schooler side, like towards 2010 vibes. Yes.
And you know what I love about the Avatar?
You think they did the movie? Do you think they did the show justice? Because the movie came out after the show, right?
Yes. We don't speak about that movie here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got my answer. From that, I got my answer.
I got another one that's for the Black kids in me. So I had to talk about the Proud Family.
Ooh.
I had to talk about the Boondocks.
Mm-hmm.
I got to talk about my first Black superhero that I talked about.
I should already know this.
Static Shock. Static Shock. Superhero Static Shock.
Wait, for that one, my mom should have been in the seat. My twin. Them's is her peoples. You know what's crazy? I am not a superhero, like Marvel comic book type. I'm getting into it.
Okay.
Even the anime, like my friend definitely has me watching anime shows now, and I'm getting into.
There's another one on here that that this one might go over your head. I don't know if you watched it.
Okay.
But do you remember Codename Kids Next Door?
Yes! I wanted to be 4 in a shoot. My friend was having a theme shoot, and COVID cut it off. But I was gonna be 4.
Number 4. What I loved about number 4 was, first of all, her number was spelled number, Numbah. Love that.
Gangster with it.
Number 4. She always had that hat down low. She had a brim on.
Yo, couldn't even incognito, but
3 Summers.
incognito. That's right.
Voice
Yes.
called 3 Summers.
Yes, and it was my melanin sis. Like.
Yes. And she was actually the smartest member of the team.
She sure was.
Representation matters, but it also how you represent, and how they're represented. And when you have a character who's the smartest member of a team, and she's a little Black girl, that's wonderful for little Black.
It spoke volumes, and people slept on that show. That show was fire. But
let's talk about On You. What's the overall message of the video, and how did the track come about?
So, the message of the video was a bit different from where the inspiration of the song came from.
Right.
If you listen to just the audio on your ears, it sounds like a love song, very short, sweet, like a nice interlude, something you'd feel in the middle of a project. And that's really what the song is. That song is not at the top nor the bottom. It's in the gut of my album.
Right.
And why I wanted to expose this visual the way that I did, and when I did, was because I wanted you guys to get I wanted you guys to get a feeling that was gonna be like, oh snap, like, wait, where am I in the middle of this? Like, I need to start it over. Wait, let me play it back. Oh wait, let me play it forward.
Right.
Like, I just wanted that high, anxious feeling that people be giving me
Okay.
to drop music when it arrives. So it was inspired by a place I was with love, and where I wanted to stay with love. And you'll hear a lot of that in the love stories, is even in the entire album. You're gonna hear me facing myself, but through certain relationships that I'm going through. And I thought that was very powerful to take the visual there, because and the more self relationship, because you're not gonna see that when you hear it. You're not gonna feel that. You're gonna feel like the love and the gooey and the, oh, this is how someone makes me feel. You're not gonna see what it actually does to self. And
Right.
A lot of times when people fail in relationships, they say, oh, what can I do to make it better for you, the other person? And I think what we really need to focus on is the fact that in order for us to be of any value to anybody else, we have to do the inner work. We have to be good with self. We have to make sure our selves are 100% good to be of any value to anybody else, to love, to lean on, to be in love with, to be anything like that.
I love that. Nice. We are supporters of going to therapy.
Definitely. Mental health is important. Very, especially after 2020.
I loved what you did with the video. I think it's probably one of my favorite switcheroos, I like to call them, where you know what the song is, but the video takes you on a different.
Yes.
So
I'm so glad that hit and it's stuck for sure.
Definitely a hit.
And I was doing a healing cleanse. So my visual was scheduled right after my healing cleanse was like complete. I had lost 20 pounds. I was just feeling, I was coming out of it a different person. So that's where the skit came from, to come inside there and just take the treatment of the video to a whole nother place.
I love it. Last cartoon we're going to talk about is...
Y'all have me weak. I can't.
Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack.
I love you guys. Like, why are we here?
We're here. Technically, you're here with him because with my cross eye, no one could ever really be here. But I get you.
It's like.
So we're like.
So instead of being here, it's like.
I be trying to do the theme song, but y'all know, y'all heard the thing, the little.
Oh my goodness. Jack.
Yeah.
That's a matter of fact. That's, I think I'm gonna say it's on my phone now.
Yeah, you do have that on your phone.
Yo, y'all named my top fives.
I like that. We named.
Y'all named some of my top five. What? Proud Family. Codename.
So that means, what have you learned from 2020 that you're taking into the new year?
Okay, so I learned so much last year, but I think the overall thing was to focus on like self in order to, like I said, be of any good to anybody else. And I kind of had to weed out a lot of energy that was around me that wasn't serving me anymore. So I think I hold on a lot. I will get attached to certain relationships, especially if at a certain point in time, those people have like serviced me in some kind of way. So whether, you know, like I have mentioned, losing my father, certain people that were around during that time, you keep them around because you feel like you owe them something for being there for you. And I had to sit back and really say to myself, well, how are we growing? I need to be better. I need to get better from certain things in my life that I thought I was even addressing. And I was keeping the wrong people around me because at that certain time, it worked. This time, it don't work.
Right.
And you cannot hold yourself hostage in certain spaces with people, places, or things because of where they were when you lost and where you can remember where you've come from. But if those places don't grow with you, you don't have to go back there.
I like that. Nice. I like that. Very nice. Fantastic.
Thank you, y'all.
I wish we could just end on that question.
Right, just give you credits.
You know, but
now, you know, we got.
But we can't.
Can't let you go without this one.
We have to ask you the most important question of the entire.
This makes the whole interview come together.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. Y'all got me.
This question is it's the most important question a man should ask a woman, other than will you marry me? Other than will you marry me? It's important. Super.
Let me hear this.
Ready?
Hit it with it.
If you were in any cartoon universe, where would you choose and why? But before you answer this question, know this. You'd have to abide by that universe's laws and rules. So if you were in, let's say, Samurai Jack, you might get attacked by a robot, and Jack might not be there to have your back. Choose your cartoon universe.
That's not fair. I can't be one of the people, one of the cartoon characters. Okay, I'm just in the universe. Well, let's tie.
Oh, okay. All right. She's got two choices.
You guys should just let me have these. And it's two different types of worlds. They're not the same spaces. They're very two opposites. So I will say the city of Townsville with my girls, my Powerpuff Girls, you feel me?
Okay. Dangerous world, but I'll give that to you.
Listen, but I have faith in my girls, my 3 girls, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. I got them. I got faith in them. You feel me? The second is Bikini Bottom. Duh. I'm a water girl forever and always. So catch me under the sea anytime.
I was not expecting that.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I was not expecting that. That is a fantastic way to end this show.
Yes.
Noelle, tell everybody how they can find you and all that good stuff.
Everybody, you guys can find me and Team Noelle K and all of our goodness, all of our love on any streaming platform. All you have to do is Google, type, search Noelle K. That's NOELLEKAY. And I'm on all social media at the Noelle K. So THENOELLEKAY.
Tis is true. Tis is true.
This is true. Yes.
Tis is true. He's Logic. She's Noelle K. The Noelle K.
It is.
And I'm Random Man. And if you're going to be serious about anything, we know we had a serious year in 2020.
Right.
We want 2021 to be a more fun, be a more successful year. But if you're going to be serious about anything, be serious about your cartoons and be serious about your cereal. It's your man, Random Man. It's Logic. That's Noelle K. And we are out.
Love you guys.
Thank you.
Mwah!
Thank you.